The power of the dark side, 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 side.
Greetings, Earthlings! The Martian invasion has arrived once again! And today we are at another top 5 list. Today's top 5 is the top 5 most offensive costumes for Halloween 2018. Let's get this started, and we are on Yandy.com. A lot of offensive costumes on this place, primarily because this is a Chinese. This is a Chinese place, and they really do not understand our culture. Kind of just putting stuff out there for obvious financial gain, and they're just making a costume out of anything they see on our media, and hoping that turns into a costume. These are really cheap for them to make. They obviously employ pretty much near slave labor and can put this stuff out cheap. And the costumes themselves are fairly cheap. You'll get probably one or maybe two wearings out of it, and that's about it. But our first one here is the sexy Pocahontas costume. This is your standard costume for women in our culture. We've talked about this before, is you just take whatever the profession or character or thing is, and to make it a woman's costume, you just put sexy or slutty in front of it, and boom, you got a costume right there. That is how you do a costume in the United States, or sell it to the United States. You can take a look down here. Look at all the women's costumes, and look at here's the guy's costume. Look at this one. This is Chief Long Arrow costume, yeah, look at him. I mean, he's completely covered up except for his arms. He's got the muscle shirt thing going on. I guess that's kind of a Mack thing from It's Always Sunny. But look at this girl here. Look at this. What is Native American about this at all? Maybe the headband and maybe the hair. But this is just lingerie. This has nothing at all to do with anything Native American. It's called Newland Fantasy Princess. But yeah, look at these. This is basically women's lingerie dressed up in a different thing. So yeah, this one's $25. It's really cheap. Some of these get up there. I mean, this one's $50. Look at the guy's costume is only $49. That comes with a headdress. So, yeah, these are, obviously this has, dressing up as a Native American. I guess they say today that is cultural appropriation, if you believe in that sort of thing. Now I don't know about this myself. You make your own judgments on that, but it gets into a sticky situation. I mean, what are you and what are you not allowed to dress up as, if you are something or not something? If you have Native American heritage, are you then allowed to dress up as that? But if you are Native American, are you allowed to appropriate your own culture? And are they allowed to appropriate someone else's? And if you're black, could you dress up as a Native American? If you're Asian, could you dress up as a Native American? Because they say Native Americans are Asian in ancestry. They crossed over the Bering Strait. That's the theory. So could Native Americans then dress up as, say, a samurai or something like that? It gets all into the weeds. Basically, just dress up as whatever you want. Have fun. Don't try to offend anyone, and don't go out there and be stupid with it. But just go out there and have fun. I think where the problem with this comes is when you try to appropriate someone's culture for some sort of financial gain or some sort of power grab. That's when things kind of get hairy. Yeah, that's kind of awkward right there. So yeah, don't pretend to be something you're not, basically. All right, so next up is this is the children's Mack Daddy costume, the kids' Mack Daddy costume. And basically, if you're going to dress up your child as something, why are you going to make your child a pimp? That is the question. Yes, people like to dress up as pimps and hoes. Why would you dress up your child as something like this? There's another one here. This one is a girl's pimp costume. But yeah, bad. There's another one too. This is boys pimp. It looks like the same one actually. But this one, believe it or not, this one is on Amazon. You can go on there right now and buy this for your child. Looks like this is another child's costume there. This is a little more stylish. She's got the color going on in this one. So yeah, but yeah, so don't dress up your. I mean, yeah, people dress up as criminals all the time, and there's the old cliche of the guy with the ball and chain and the striped shirt and everything. But a pimp. I mean, this man is essentially a slave driver selling women for profit. That's not a good message to send to your children, I don't think. And yeah, so but definitely likely to offend someone. So if that's your goal, then yeah, that might work. So let's see, number 3 on the chart here is the Handmaid's Tale. Now this one got a lot of flack this season. This one was already taken down. I think this was on Amazon, believe it or not, by Yandy. Yandy had this one up on their site. I think they took it off their site. Amazon took it down off theirs, but you can see this one is actually, even though it no longer says Handmaiden's Tale, this one says Handmaid's Tale Halloween costume. You can still get this one in different pieces and buy it. But yeah, this one got a lot of flack. As you can see, there's a story here on CNN talking about it. If you watch the show and the basic premise of the show is that these women are basically used as breeding cows for men that are, well, essentially a lot of them are sterile anyways in some sort of dystopian future. And yeah, making a costume out of this, yeah, that's slightly offensive. That's going to piss some people off. There's scenes from the real show down there, but yeah, I think there's some more here. They basically, what they did is they took the actual costume down, but then they broke it up into pieces, and you can still get this one here on Amazon. They call it Ann Arbor t-shirt, and then they have the little Ann Arbor, the little headdress here that they wear, and yeah, you can still buy this stuff. They just changed the name, and they're still selling it. But again, this is another example of the Chinese culture not understanding our culture. They most likely just saw this out in media land and decided. And of course, like we have said, the way to make a woman's costume is just to, whatever that thing is, make it a slutty version of that, hike up the skirt or whatever, and boom, that's a costume. So I'm sure that's what they were doing. All right, number 4 is the old standard Nazi uniform. I actually looked for a Hitler costume, and thankfully those are gone. I could not find any for sale, and that was sort of one of my rules for this is it had to be something that was in production, something available that you could buy in the open market. And believe it or not, this one must be a European store, because it's 55 euros for this one. But yeah, I couldn't find an actual Hitler costume. Didn't think to search for a Stalin costume. In my book, equally as offensive. But yeah, this one pretty offensive in and of itself. I think they had another one that was like German soldier. Yeah, here they are down here. So there's this one is actually called Nazi costume right here, and then this one says German costume. I am very surprised that this is available, because a lot of places in Europe, Nazi stuff is actually, believe it or not, outlawed. You can't even buy it. But yeah, this one's available. I'd be very surprised if this is an actual swastika, or if they didn't, put some other kind of design on there, though. But yeah, very offensive. Very surprised that this one is even available. But Yeah, then this is Party World, it says. So, okay, our last and I think most offensive costume, and believe it or not, if you've the last two were pretty damn offensive. This one is really, really bad, and I cannot believe this one is literally still up for sale on Amazon. I think just because of the name. It's called Smith Me's World War II evacuee girl costume. Basically, though, this is some people are. I've heard there's a couple websites calling this an Anne Frank costume. It's basically a Jewish refugee costume or something. This is disgusting. I cannot believe, and I feel sorry for this little girl who had to model this. I don't even know if she knew what she was doing, but it's even got the little tag here. And this is just downright awful. There's a couple others here. And again, these are on Amazon, and they're on, this is Amazon UK that this is available. If nothing else, here's one here. Yeah, this is just downright awful. I can't believe, excuse me, that this would be for sale. This one, I think this one's available in the United States. Yeah, don't buy these. Don't buy these for your children. Don't buy them. Don't buy them for yourself. This is horrible. I don't know anyone who would want to do this, and why people are making these. I have no idea. I don't know. Someone has to be buying them to make them, but it's just disgusting. So yeah, try to be a better human being. Don't buy this stuff. That's it for this year's most offensive costumes. Stay tuned. Excuse me, folks. More videos to come. I am the Martian. I am out of here. Oh, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.